Let's just get right to it. Let's rip the Band-Aid off. They're coming home. The home opener coming up on Friday. NESN has you completely covered. I think Tom Caron was saying a noontime pregame, and here we go. Just kind of you wish the record was a little. I'll take 3-3, 2-4, but 1-5. Just your thoughts on the first six games.
Yeah, it's been tough. It's been tough to watch. I covered the first six games and we won game one. Everything was optimistic after that. And then tough sledding since five losses. And, this is a run prevention club, quote unquote. It just hasn't been the case. You're talking a 5.22 ERA from the starters, a 4.5 from the relievers. It just hasn't been, up to snuff. And something's got to change. The errors are a factor as well, which they've been terrible the past few years. They had more errors than the Rockies, than the Chicago White Sox last year. That just can't happen. And if you think about this club last year, won 89 games, had more errors than anybody in the league. Imagine if they were average when it comes to fielding as far as on the air front. They would have won who knows how many more games and put them in a better position. So, it's optimistic that they're coming home. It's game one at Fenway Park. They played well at Fenway Park last year, 48-33 at home. So hopefully they take some of that momentum that they had last year at Fenway into this opening series.
Well, a lot to dissect. You mentioned a lot of things there. Let's start with maybe some offense and maybe the lack thereof. I think they're 5 for 33 with runners in scoring position. They've left guys on base everywhere. It seems your young guys, Roman Anthony and Marcelo Meyer, are pressing. They just look like they're out in front, trying to just do too much. What kind of things do you think they need to do as a group to get it going offensively?
Put themselves in better counts, really. They ran into a couple buzzsaws with McCullers and Hunter Brown. These guys are just really put on a display of how to attack hitters, staying on the offensive. They were getting to strike two really quickly, and then from there, it's just about expanding with the breaking ball, fastball up in the zone. There was a lot of swing and miss, too many strikeouts. Roman Anthony started off slow last year, if you remember, and then he kind of kicked it in gear once he made the big league adjustment. I'm seeing a lot of the same so far from him. There's a bright spot, though. His last at-bat off the bench, took a breaking ball off the plate, drove it the opposite direction for a home run. It's a good sign because he was swinging at breaking balls, missing, and just not the Roman Anthony that we saw in midseason form last year. But again, I'm not panicking. I'm not panicking, especially with Roman. Marcelo's a guy where, listen, he's going to catch it and throw it. He's a sure-handed defender, as I've seen. There's going to be some hiccups as far as the offensive approach. He started off strong this year. We'll see how much playing time he gets. I'm sure he's going to get the lion's share over IKF and Monasterio. But yeah, I mean, he's not Roman Anthony, but I feel like he's going to hold his weight eventually once he gets some at bats under his belt.
How much do you feel for Caleb Durbin?
Oh my goodness, it's been tough to watch that poor kid. I mean, it's you don't want to give up on a kid, and if you look at social media, so many people have. But this is the first games of the season. This is a kid that was third in the National League as far as a Rookie of the Year voting. He can catch it. I've been really happy with how he's been playing the field at third base. Him and Wilson Contreras, same. Really impressive defensive skills so far. He just has to get that one hit. Once he gets that one hit, then he can start to breathe and get back to basics, right? Getting good pitches to hit earlier in counts so you don't have to swing at the breaking ball. There's a lot of ground balls there. He's getting strikeouts, but there's a lot of ground balls rolling over. So, I feel like just he'll break out as soon as he gets that first hit. But right now it's if I tell you right now, don't think of pink elephants, the first thing that pops in your head, pink elephants. Right now, he's thinking, "Oh my gosh, I have to get this hit. I got to get it out of the way," rather than just reacting at a good pitch to hit and pulling the trigger.
I know we talk about a lot of different players on this team that make them go and what have you, Duran and company, but it seems to me like that offense and really the defense, a lot of it has to do with Trevor Story and the way he plays. And, some uncharacteristic errors here early and some signs that you hope he gets going, because it seems like when he gets going, everybody else around him does.
And I think what I just said, as far as thinking too much, is affecting him, specifically in the field. You just don't see those types of errors from Trevor Story. The first one was a throwing error, kind of yanked it down the line a little bit. And the second one, he was trying to get a long hop, so he shuffled his feet to time it up a little bit, took his eye off the ball for a split second, boom, under the glove into the outfield. And this Trevor Story. He's the type of guy where this infield goes where he goes. So you're looking for him to pick it up, get back after it. and make the adjustment. But I feel like it's about reaction versus thinking. Once you can start getting back to reacting and less thinking, he'll get back to where he needs to be.
Will you
Yeah.
Abreu, certainly one of the bright spots on this team so far.
Absolutely, Willie. We've heard a lot about him shortening his swing up. That's going to allow him to get to certain pitches, specifically the fastball. But he does have that up to middle approach. That's going to allow him to stay back on the breaking ball and adjust to that. He's been impressive, and this is no surprise. This is a guy that's been impressive his whole career. And coming from Houston, he's hit so well throughout his career in Texas cities for some reason. I have no idea why. He loves Texas, but he's got 2 Gold Gloves. He's the best hitter in their lineup right now. More power, more less swing and miss, more driving the baseball, creating backspin. So he's been fun to watch. A small bright side, and when you're thinking about this offense, and hopefully he picks it up or continues, and the rest of the squad picks it up behind him.
Was it special to come to that home opener as a player?
Absolutely, absolutely. My favorite home opener was '05 for obvious reasons. In front of the Yankees, seeing and hearing Mariano get booed, getting a World Series ring after playing for the historic 2004 World Series champion Red Sox. And at the time, I thought, hey, at the end of my career, maybe I have 3 or 4 of these rings. But it just proves how special it is to be a part of that '04 club. And all things are new. Once you come home, and the weather's nice, and you've got a roaring 36,000 fans yelling, hopefully not booing, but yelling in favor of you guys starting to win more ball games.
It is an advantage, though. It's clearly an advantage compared to everywhere else you play, right?
Absolutely, and they need to use that. Last season, 48-33 at Fenway Park versus 41-40 on the road. You have to win 2/3 of your games at Fenway Park, right? 81 games. If you're 50-50, if you're playing 500 ball on the road, that plays, you'll be in the playoffs. But you got to use the park. You have to know your park and play to it for sure.